Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to this week's Read Aloud. I want to say we had a great response to last week's Read Aloud. Over 50 students responded. So I want to start by recognizing those students who answered last week's question. From 201, we had Yadiel. From 202, Jasiah, Tajane, Jadam W, Jaden S, Zaire, Chloe G, and Chloe A. From 203, we had Camila, Jaden, Madison, Mia, Korama, Alyssa, and Medi. From 204, we had Amid, Joshua, Jalea, Kellyanne, and Shanera. From 205, we had Januel, Aniel, and Sophia. From 301, Ignacia, Emiliani, Hawaida, Aldo, Hajara, Aisha, and Dwarlin. From 302, Sanaya, Sarah, Carly, Olivia, and Liam. From 303, we had Christian. From 304, we had Kinte, Jaylene, Annabella, Kayla, Helen, Dylan, Hillary, and Savannah. From 305, we had Henry, Aminata, Brianna, Brittany, Tyja, and Nicholas. We had over 50 students respond. That was outstanding. You know, this week's Read Aloud is going to be a little bit different than the previous Read Alouds. The previous weeks, we've done all fiction stories that are not true. Well, this week, we're going to do a nonfiction story. On Tuesday, it was Cinco de Mayo, which is a very, very popular Mexican holiday. So we are going to be reading a story about Cinco de Mayo today. Also, I want to just point out, whenever I do one of these read alouds, if I read the story, I notice, we get a lot of people watching and we get a lot of people answering. But whenever my daughter does a read aloud, it seems like more people watch and more people answer the question. So guess what? From now on, I'm going to have my daughter as an official co-host for these read alouds. So that way we can get more people responding. So can you come on out?
The deal was that I get to sit in a big chair. I'm never going to sit in a big chair in these videos.
Contract negotiations. All right, promise the big chair. You'll get the big chair. My goodness. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry, we're holding up this read aloud. We have to make all these provisions correct. So, sit back and listen to the story of Cinco de Mayo, read by my daughter and I.
Cinco de Mayo by M.C. Hall. What are these people doing? They are celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo means the 5th of May in Spanish. Mexicans and Mexican American celebrate the holiday on this day each year. Cinco de Mayo started in Mexico. French soldiers came to Mexico 150 years ago. They wanted to take over the country. Some Mexicans learned about the soldiers and wanted to stop them. They formed a group to fight the French. On May 5th, French soldiers reached the town of Puebla. Mexican soldiers were waiting there, but there were twice as many French soldiers as Mexican soldiers.
There was a big battle. After a long day of fighting, the Mexican soldiers won, even though they were outnumbered. Mexico won the battle. but it did not win the war. 1 year later, the French took over Mexico City for 4 years. But the Battle of Puebla still made Mexicans proud. It showed that they would fight to stay free. People wanted to remember the special day. Cinco de Mayo became a holiday in Mexico. Mexicans who moved to the United States also began celebrating the holiday. Today, more people celebrate Cinco de Mayo in the United States than in Mexico. Cinco de Mayo is a big fiesta. The holiday celebrates Mexico, Mexican traditions, and Mexican pride. The Mexican flag is red, white, and green, so those are the colors of Cinco de Mayo. Many people dress in traditional clothing. They play traditional music too. Mexican dancers twirl to the music. Mexican food is a big part of Cinco de Mayo. People line up at stands to buy tamales, tacos, grilled corn, and beans. Everything tastes so good. The piñata is another Cinco de Mayo tradition. It is filled with candy and other treats. Children take turns trying to hit the piñata.
At last, the piñata breaks apart. The children hurry to collect the treats. Many cities have parades to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Bands march down the streets while playing music. At last, it is time for the fiesta to end. And that means fireworks!
Well, I hope you really enjoyed that story about Cinco de Mayo. Hope you learned a little bit about Mexican history and Mexican culture. This week's question for the Read Aloud is, what is your favorite holiday? I want you to explain what your favorite holiday is, and again, you can answer on your teacher's Google Classroom page or right here on YouTube. Again, what is your favorite holiday? Have a great week, everybody.
If you like this video, subscribe!